Hello there, guys. Once again, we are going to look at some horse racing terms for you today. We're going to focus this episode on each way bets and what the term each way means and how that is worked out when you are placing your each way bets, in particular on horse racing. So, to start off with, an each way bet basically is two bets in one. You're placing one of your bets on the selection to win, and you place in another one of your bets on the selection to place or hit the frame. These bets mostly are common in horse racing, greyhound racing, but you can also place each way bets on other outright markets in most sports like football, golf, for example. So in horse racing terms, the each way terms here are always slightly different depending on the amount of runners in a particular race. So you can see here we've got our site Bet442, and you can look at the each way terms for all the races here at Catterick. So the each way terms of this particular race would be a fifth of the odds for the first three places, as there are 9 runners in the particular race. So for example, if we were having a bet in this race on John Kirkup here, the 20-1 shot, you would obviously tick this box as well, because we don't just want to bet John Kirkup on the outright to win just the race. We want to cover the each way terms of that horse potentially reaching the first 3 spots in this 9 runner race. So if we were to place a £5 each way bet on this particular horse, it would obviously cost us £10 in total, as you've got £5 of your stake going on the win and £5 of your stake going on the place bet as well. So if this horse were to go on and win the race, you would obviously get both bets up, because it's obviously finished in the top 3 and it's obviously won the race. If John Kirkup, for example, finished second or third, you would obviously not get the win part of your selection, but you would obviously get the place terms of your selection. So obviously there you can see that we've got a fifth of the odds, and if we were to have a place come up on John Kirkup at 20-1, it would obviously be a fifth of 20-1, so it would work out at a 4-1 shot just for that horse to reach the frame. Again, depending on the sort of race and the type of terms that your bookmaker is offering, it can obviously vary on the type of place terms and also the type of terms of the actual each way bet. So if we can go through the card here at Catterick, most of these I think are going to be a fifth of the odds of 3 places, but you can obviously see here that with there being just 7 runners in the 20-4 race at Catterick, this has now changed the terms and conditions for an each way bet. So you've now got just the top 2 where you would get paid out for an each way bet, and it would be a quarter of the odds because there are less than 8 runners. So normally when you look at the terms in terms of how many horses are running when it comes to your each way bets, generally speaking, if there are 1 to 4 runners in a race, you would only just get the win only available on that particular race, as there wouldn't be any each way terms. Between 5 and 7 runners, so this race for example, would there been 7 runners, you've obviously got 2 places for a 1/4 of the odds. 8 or more runners in the race tends to be 3 places at a fifth of the odds. That tends to change if you go to a handicap. So if there were 16 or more runners in a handicap, you tend to get an extra place for those particular races, where bookmakers would generally pay 4 places at a quarter of the odds. But again, these do depend on the bookmaker terms, so it is always best before placing an each way bet to check the terms and conditions out of the particular bookmaker you're using, and you can always find those terms usually at the top of the particular race card or race meeting that you are looking at, or the selection that you would like to include in your each way selection. So there's a brief rundown there of each way betting and how those each way terms would play a part in your particular bet. Once again, guys, if you are enjoying this series and are enjoy looking at the terms of horse racing that you may or may not be aware of, please like and follow and subscribe and keep viewing the page.